in my analysis, the it got my notice that the most searched topic on YouTube this week was how to make money online 2023/2024 online in Africa as a whole, Africa. So in today's video, I'll be dropping a video of one of my mentor who actually tried something that actually worked out for him, and I also tried it. Yeah, I've earned little amount of money. Mind you that this video might not work for some persons, especially if you're not the patient type or you're not the type that like reading books or watching videos. If you're not that type of person, and if you're the type who needs the money urgently, I guess this video is not for you, because to earn in this particular one, you will have to exercise patience for 2 good months. And mind you, everything is totally free to start it up. Everything is totally free. The only thing you need is just your mobile data. Now, before we dive into today's video, why don't you give me a subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment, share the video to your loved ones. This is the only thing I'm actually asking from you. Now, let's dive into today's video.
Hey guys, what's up? So let's say hypothetically, I lost everything I've had. I lost every knowledge I've gained in the past 5 years. And I'm starting basically from scratch and I want to make at least 1 million naira every single month within the next 1 month or 2 million naira. Here is exactly what I'm going to do step by step. And you can take this and replicate it for yourself too and make a good amount of money before the year ends. So go with me, come with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is step one. I'm going to get a Google Digital Marketing Certificate. Why am I going to do that? Remember, number one, I'm starting from scratch. Now, from scratch for me is I started from a mud house and I had to drop out of the university because I had no money. So these were like bad for me. So I have no money. What exactly am I going to do? Get a free Google Digital Marketing certification. Why this is important is number one, it's a 40 hours course that takes you about a week to complete if you're really fast and 2 weeks at most if you're a slow person. And it encompasses everything about making money online, or basically everything about digital marketing online, right? So I have more broad knowledge about the entire online scope and how businesses make money, how businesses are able to generate revenue, and the rest of that. That's what I'm going to do, right? And also, it is free. I don't have money to pay for courses. Remember, that's the first thing I would exactly do. Now, once I'm done with this, I'm going to get a Google Digital Marketing Certificate. I never used mine. You're probably never going to use yours. Forget about certificates. The main thing you're looking for there is the knowledge. So once I have this under check, if you don't have data, don't tell me you don't have data. What you can do is what I simply did. I was subscribing to 25 naira every single night for 250 MB or for 500 MB. And on weekends, if I manage to save up to 500 naira, I will do below 3 gig for the weekend plan. Now, what I do is I take these YouTube videos or I watch these courses in the night. I spend my midnight doing that. If you don't have money, you should have time. You cannot make excuses for that, right? And I go through every single thing. So I download YouTube videos in the night with that 250 gig and the rest of that. If you're worried about what your friends will say, leave social media. It's not a do or die affair. Personally, me, I left WhatsApp. I've not even come back to today, even though I'm making millions every single week, right? So that's the first one. Next thing I'm going to do is simply step two. I'm going to learn a digital skill. You can learn any skill you want, but personally, I'm going to opt in for copywriting, and I would recommend that for you too. If you don't do that, you can do video editing or maybe graphic design. Now, the first thing is that step one has given you a broad way of the way digital marketing works in the online space, right? That's why it's important. So step two, you're going to niche down. And I'm going to choose copywriting because that's exactly what I do and that's what I'm good at. You can also take that. But instead of me being just a regular copywriter that writes sales pages, writes VSLs, video sales letters, writes basically everything, brochures and the rest of that, I am going to further niche down, take it a step deeper and become an email copywriter. Walter, why are you becoming an email copywriter? Because weighing the pros and the cons, it can take you 2 to 3 or 4 weeks to master becoming an email copywriter. Number two, if you're a sales page copywriter, people or businesses need that only like once. Sure, they'll pay you 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 dollars, but only need that like once. Same thing with VSLs and a major part of that. But emails, companies are sending them out every single day, right? So since they are sending them out every single day, then I want to basically position myself there because number one, I'm going to be getting jobs. I'm also going to get a monthly retainer. So they can pay me like $500 every single month to write their emails. They can pay me $1,000, $2,000, depending, right? But let's say as a beginner, they'll be paying me $300, $500 every single month. That's the first step. So that's why I chose email copy because it's faster for me to learn instead of me trying to become a jack of all trades, right? Number two, it is consistent. People always want it. It's in high demand and it's in high demand continuously, again, for these businesses you're going to be working with. Remember, you have no skills. So the way you're going to become an email copywriter and become a copywriter is by YouTube videos, right? You research every single thing you can about YouTube on YouTube and on Google, and you'll be able to at least make or join or shift everything together. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to get a job now, right? So this step 3, all of this is still within a 1 month time frame. So if not started jumping to 2 or 3 months time frame. What I'm going to do on step 3 simply is that I'm going to focus mainly on Upwork, Facebook, and LinkedIn, but especially Facebook and LinkedIn, because Upwork at some point, especially if you're a beginner, you can fuck it up and you will need to buy connects, right? But with Facebook and LinkedIn, you don't need any of those. You can reach out to these people free of charge. So I'm going to focus mainly on Facebook and on LinkedIn. I'm going to be using 2 main concepts for getting clients that would hire me or businesses that will hire me for this. The first one is inbound marketing. So I think, okay, I have a freelance skill now. I've learned about digital marketing. I've niched down to copywriting. I've further niched down to email copy, right? So I have a digital skill now. And what type of people need this particular type of skill? People who are selling stores online, people who are selling coaching programs, people who are selling courses, people who are selling products, supplements, and the rest of that. So I would find Facebook groups that these guys are on and simply start posting relevant content that would help them in their business. Now, I'm not going to start saying or start teaching them email copywriting. That's just going to require people, that's just going to bring people who want to learn email copywriting to my DM. What I'm going to do is that I am going to post about how email copywriting is going to help your business, how email is the cheapest form of way for them to get leads, how that can make them thousands of dollars in the future because they literally have the emails forever and they are forever customers who would keep repeat buying, right? I post type of things that they see, oh yeah, I need this in my business, or oh yeah, I'm doing this in my business, but I'm not doing it that well, right? They see that and they come into my DM and hire me. The second way I'm going to be going is outbound marketing, which is I'm going to go out there and do the outreach and say, hey, I can see you have a store, you are selling supplements. I can write these emails for you, hire me, something like that. That's a rough sketch of how it is. There's more intricacies into writing a pitch, basically. But that's basically the sum of it, right? I reach out to 5-10 people every single day, and bam, I'm going to get my first clients pretty soon. Now, one thing I forgot to mention before you start reaching out to clients is having a mock-up portfolio. A lot of people tell me every time, Walter, I don't have any experience. Are they going to hire me? They are going to hire you. And the reason for that is because you're going to create a mock-up portfolio. You don't have to wait for your first job before you create your mock-up portfolio. It is easier to say, I can do this. Here's what I've done. Than for you to say, I can do this. Trust in me, I can do this. Makes no sense. So a mock-up portfolio, let's say for example, I'm just looking at this my speaker right here in my office right now. And I want to write a copy or an email series, like 5 emails that would sell this speaker. This speaker costs about 45K basically, right? So I'm going to know the target audience. I'm going to simply just write it. And maybe instead of me calling it Sonny, I'll just change the first name to Pony, right? That's basically it. And I'll name it in my portfolio, email series for Pony speakers, right? Simple as that. There's so many ways you can do this. And I even gave it to my students in my course, for my students watching this. Wow, what's that part? On how you can even find products and services online where you can write these things and create mock-up portfolios for them. It's the same thing if you're a graphics designer, it's the same thing if you're a video editor. You can at least use AI and the rest of that to create mock-up portfolios. These things cost you nothing to make. You don't need someone to hire you, right? So when you're reaching out to people and you're like, oh, let me see what job you've done before, you are now like, yes, I can do this for you. Here's what I've done before. I can do this, sorry about that, right? So you're going to be like, I can do this before. Here's what I've done for you. And here is basically how it's going to go compared to when you are like, I can do this, believe in me, I can do this, right? So you've done that. Now I'm going to be sending at least 20 proposals every day. That was my target, right? 20 proposals every day. If I was you, I would increase it to 30 or 40 or 50. Right? So on LinkedIn, I'll go out there. You remember, we're targeting foreign clients, we're not targeting Nigerians. Leave Nigerians alone, they will not pay you well. Right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to be sending out invites, right? I'm not just going to be pitching them from the listen. I will send out, let's say, 20 invites, and let's say in the next 1 or 2 days, at least 10 would accept or 12 will accept. Then I can go through their profile well, thoroughly, and pitch them and say, hey, I can see you have a website selling supplements. I write emails for companies and I notice that your email sequence, you have none yet, or your current email sequence probably is not getting you the type of results that you want. Here's exactly how I'm going to do it for you and increase revenue for your business, right? So I'm going to simply do that. On Upwork, same thing, but like I said, Upwork only brings jobs to you. You can't really set out jobs you want and the ideal type of clients you want, right? And also, at some point, especially if you're a beginner, you're going to waste your connects. So I would stay away from Upwork immediately from the beginning. Now, the next thing, I'm not saying you're not going to go on Upwork. You're going to go on Upwork and make a lot of money, but not just when you have zero cash, like me, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is after I'm doing that, obviously within the next 30 days, I'm going to get my first clients. It's literally impossible for me not to get my first clients if I'm doing everything the way I just stated it out to you guys, right? So once I get my first client, I'm going to be charging them a low fee, $200, $300, $500, and you are $1,000 depending, right? And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and charge for royalties. Now, I'm going to say for every sale that comes from this email, let's say the product is for like $50, I'm going to get $2 basically, or $5. So if the product does 10 sales from the email, then you're going to get like an extra $50. And it most usually it does most of that. Some companies.
Mind you, if you really follow all the instruction that was given in that video, in this video, you're going to yield a result. You might not actually earn millions, but you're going to get some reasonable amount of money that will put a smile on your face. Because I have also tried it and it works, but I didn't get millions. I actually got some little amount of money and I was really grateful for it. See you in my next video and make sure you like, comment, and share the video to your loved ones as well.